We want to solve this quadratic equation for y. First of all, we know it's a quadratic equation because we see this y squared term. That's what makes this quadratic. And ultimately, we want to set this equation equal to 0. And to do that, we need to notice that the right side of this equation has y minus 5, the quantity squared, and we need to distribute that out first so that we can then bring all the terms over to one side. Now remember, when we are multiplying out y minus 5, the quantity squared, that means we are copying y minus 5 and multiplying it by itself. So you need to write y minus 5 times y minus 5, and then we need to distribute. So y times y will be y squared. Y times negative 5 will be a minus 5y. And then the negative 5 here times y will be another minus 5y. And minus 5 times minus 5, or negative 5 times negative 5, will be a positive 25. Many of you probably learned the acronym FOIL to help with this, and that also works here, that we're going first, y times y, O is for outside, outside is y times negative 5, and then the inside is this minus 5 times y, and last is the minus 5 times the minus 5. So you can use the FOIL acronym if that helps you. So when we combine like terms, we have y squared minus 10y plus 25. And that's going to be on the right side of our equation. Y squared minus 10y plus 25. So now that we've expanded the right side of the equation, we want to bring all the terms to one side so we can set this equation equal to 0. So we're going to subtract the y squared and bring that over to the left side. So 2y squared minus y squared will be just a 1y squared. We will add the 10y. And if you're in college algebra, this is a step you don't need to show. You could certainly do this step in your head. That would be ideal. And then you're going to minus the 25 from the 30. So 30 minus 25 leaves us with a plus 5. So when we set the equation to 0, we end up with y squared minus 6y plus 5 equals 0. Now let's discuss our methods for solving quadratic equations. Our first method is always going to be to try to factor. If we can factor this quadratic equation, factoring will be the fastest, the most efficient method. If it doesn't factor, then you can use the quadratic formula to solve this equation. And you want to be comfortable with both of these skills. Both of these are tools meant to help you solve quadratic equations because we do that a lot in college algebra courses. So luckily, we have a leading coefficient of a 1, so that makes the factoring very nice to try. So we'll go ahead and set up our two factors. We know that y times y will give us this y squared, and then the last position here needs to multiply to give us the positive 5. So we know we could do positive 5 times positive 1, but we also could do negative 5 times negative 1. And since we have a negative 6y right here, that tells us we want both of these to be negative. I always recommend you check your factoring before you move on, so let's check this. So we know already the first works, y times y is y squared. And then I recommend, if you think about that FOIL acronym again, I recommend that you check the outside and the inside, the O and the I. Sometimes I jokingly call it the OI. Check your OI. The outside here would be y times this minus 1, which would be negative y. And then the inside would be the minus 5 times y, which is a minus 5y. And when we add those together, we get negative 6y, which is exactly what we wanted here as our middle term. So that indicates that our factoring is correct. Now, since we have a product, since there's multiplication here, and we have a product of two quantities equal to 0, then we know that one of these quantities must be equal to 0. That's called the zero product property. In a nutshell, if we have A times B equal to 0, then we know either A had to equal 0 or B had to equal 0. That's the zero product property. So you set each of these factors equal to 0, and then you solve. Here I'm going to add 5, so y equals 5. Here I'll add 1, so y equals 1. So it appears that we have two solutions. So our solutions are going to be y equals 5 and y equals 1. And some instructors and some in computer programs will write the solution as a solution set using curly brackets. So this would be the solution set of 1 and 5, just be sure that you're using the curly bracket. You don't want to use parentheses here because if you write 1, comma 5 in parentheses, that looks like an ordered pair. That looks like x comma y, like a coordinate, and that's not what we mean here. So you want to use those curly brackets, or you just circle y equals 5 and y equals 1.